This is problem number 6 on the sample test problems for test number 2. There are 100 United States senators. Don't worry about simplifying your answers to this problem. A, how many ways are there to choose chairs for 5 different committees? Okay, this is a counting question. We need to decide what method we're going to use to count answer to this question. So the choices are the multiplication rule, permutations, and combinations. So the first question we ask ourselves, is repetition allowed? Meaning, can the same senator be the chair of different committees, of 2 different committees, or maybe of all 5 different committees? Can you have one senator be chair of 5 different committees? I'm going to assume that the answer is no. We're not going to be allowed to repeat. It's not really explicitly stated in the problem, so if you were to write down on the test, yes, I think that repetition is allowed, then you could use the multiplication rule and you get a different answer than is in the answer key. And I'll give you full credit for it as long as you had written what we've got up there in purple and just write it as a yes. But if repetition is not allowed, then we have a follow-up question. And here's the question, does the order matter? And so to answer this kind of a question, sometimes it's good to write out explicitly a few of these senators and a few of the different committees. So let's just go ahead and list a couple of committees. I'll say there's a budget committee, and let's say there's a housing committee. 2 committees is enough. Don't need to list all 5. And suppose that the first senator that we pick, we're going to put as the chair of the budget committee, and the second senator will be the chair of the housing committee. So if the first senator we pick is a senator from Massachusetts, and then the second one that we pick is a senator from Connecticut, then those are our chairs. But if we pick them in the other order, that is, we pick the Connecticut senator first, and then the Massachusetts senator second, we have to ask ourselves, are these outcomes the same or different? Well, let's see, is it the same if the Massachusetts senator is the chair of the budget committee compared to the Connecticut senator being the chair of the budget committee? No, they're definitely not the same. So does the order in which you pick these 2 senators to fill these chairs matter? Absolutely it matters. And the reason it matters, and maybe this is easier for you, is just to say that the different committees are different. You know, these positions are not equal. So if the order matters and repetition is not allowed like we had said, then we must use permutations. Okay, so got the symbol P, we've got an N, and we've got an R. N is the number of objects you have to choose from in total. So how many senators did we have to pick from? There were 100 of them. And then R is how many you're actually going to pick. And we needed to pick senators for 5 different committees. That is, we need to pick 5 different senators. So 100p5 is the final answer to this question. It says you don't need to simplify, so that answer is fine. But just so we see how large this number is, on this calculator, if you want to find the NPR, you go to math on the far left right here. We're looking to highlight this word PRB, which stands for probability. So I'll hit the left blue arrow, and then you can see NPR and NCR right in there. So we'll go down 1 and hit enter. So 100, NPR, and then 5. So there are that many number of different ways to pick senators for 5 different committees. I don't need you to do that for this problem, but I would like you to be able to find the NPR button on your calculator. So that's how we do it on this calculator. If you have a different kind of calculator, certainly you can ask me for help finding the NPR button. You might find it up above some of the buttons. So if you just kind of take a look above some of your keys, you might just see something that says NPR. If you don't, then you're looking for, again, something that says PRB. So you want to try to find that phrase or something like that abbreviation. That's probably where you'll find the NPR, NCR stuff. Part B. How many ways are there to choose 5 senators to sit on a committee together? So we ask the same 2 questions. Is repetition allowed? Are you allowed to pick the same senator twice to be on this single committee? Okay, definitely the answer here is no. maybe there was some choice in the first part, but in part B, it's definitely no for repetition. Does the order matter? Well, let's see. You have one committee now, and 5 senators are going to sit on this committee. And if, for example, you were to choose the Massachusetts senator to be on the committee first, and then the Connecticut senator to be on the committee, versus picking them in a different order, if the Connecticut senator is on the committee first, and then the Massachusetts senator, well, if you show me these two committees, one with the Massachusetts and one with the Connecticut, and the other one with the Connecticut and then the Massachusetts, I would say those are the same committee. The committees, everybody's equal. It's certainly very different from talking about chairs for different committees. There, the different committees were different. So does the order in which we pick these folks matter? The answer here is actually no. That makes this one different from part A. So if the order does not matter, then we use combinations. And once we've decided to use combinations, well, like pretty much all the work is done up above. The rest of this is going to be easy. We've got an NCR in this case. Same 100 senators, still picking 5 of them now to be on a single committee together. 100C5 is the answer, and you can leave it like that for this problem, but just so that we see a number, we'll go ahead and pull up 100C5. And we're expecting a number quite a bit smaller than the previous one, because now all the different positions are equal, so the order does not matter. So for example, Massachusetts and then Connecticut, it's the same as Connecticut and then Massachusetts, so this number is quite a bit smaller than the previous one.